Hello again, everybody. I'll try to make this as quick as possible. There's a lot of information to cover here. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone that's seen my videos and made comments. I would like to point out I have not had one single response saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. Not only that, I've independently had my information verified by local engineers and geoscientists. I've been told that the company I need to contact is called Fugro, F-U-G-R-O. You can look it up on the internet. They're supposedly a highly influential engineering and geoscientific company currently working in the Gulf with many of the oil companies. They need to hear what I've got to say. I know there are a lot of people out there with a lot of good ideas. There's two problems with a lot of the ideas that are out there. One of them was my own idea that I made another video about, saying that we cannot, under any circumstances, use any of these ideas that would actually be effective in stopping the flow. The reason for that is because there is strong evidence that there is subsurface fracturing. If there wasn't, this thing would have stopped already. Now, for the government, they are simply clueless, incompetent, inexperienced, and uninformed. They are either unwilling or unable to do what is needed now. President Obama, I'm talking to you directly. This is America. We put man on the moon. We designed modern computers. We came up with the internet. We've done a lot more than that. We can do anything, but we, even America, cannot do everything by ourselves. We need help. This is a global disaster, not an American problem. America didn't cause this. America didn't create the leak, but America needs help to contain this problem so that it doesn't turn into a global disaster and threaten humanity itself. I don't know what the hell you were thinking, but from what I understand from all the news coverage, you turned down help from 13 other countries. It is your responsibility, according to the oath you took when you took office, to protect our country and to defend it from all threats, foreign and domestic. It is now your responsibility, seeing that you have turned down the help, to go back on national, international TV and ask, beg if necessary, for the help that others can give. This is not rocket science. This needs to be contained. Let me use that word one more time. Contained. Now, there are problems with the LMRP, Lower Marine Recovery Platform. This thing cannot be trusted. The structural integrity of it can't be trusted. We also can't trust that the well casing itself has not been fractured. If we could trust that either of those, or both, were not damaged, the flow of the oil would have already been stopped. It is my contention and assertion, that's the word, thank you. It's my assertion that what we need to do in order to contain this problem is to use first a sleeve that will contain the entire LMRP and anchored directly to the sea floor. The top of this sleeve would have a flange that a new top can be attached to. This top must have a minimum of 3, preferably up to 5, multiple docking recovery points. That way, ships from up above can dock directly to this new top and siphon the oil and other gases directly out that are being pushed up from the earth itself under a great deal of pressure. The other thing is that President Obama has ordered other deep sea rigs to stop drilling and pumping. If that's truly the case, then we can use at least one or two of these new docking recovery points to redirect that oil to some of these closed down oil rigs and let them get back to work, but siphoning the oil out of this one well that we have a major problem with at the moment. We also need to consider containment within the Gulf. We really can't afford to let this oil get out into the Atlantic. If it does, this isn't just going to be an American coastal problem. It's going to be washing up on the coasts of many countries. It's going to involve destroying the food chain at the source. All life relies heavily on the oceans. Some of our oxygen comes from things like plankton in the ocean. We can't afford to lose this. This is an international crisis. We need international assistance, international focus, and I gotta tell all of you, all of the normal everyday people, please wake up. We cannot depend on our government or any of our local organizations and agencies to save our butts in case of an emergency like this. We have to rely on ourselves. We have to learn to rely on ourselves. My next video is going to include specific options that each of us can take to make ourselves energy independent. We can do this. The technology is already there. The prices have come down on equipment so much that it's almost ludicrous that we don't have a solution to our dependency on oil. You might also want to consider our dependency on oil is creating the reasons for some of the wars that we're in. If we eliminate our need for oil that we're getting from the Middle East, we can simply say, no thank you. We don't want your oil. That'll not only take the pressure off of us, it'll put that pressure back on Middle Eastern countries who are depending on our money to support their military actions against us and in other parts of the world. Again, this isn't rocket science, this is common sense. I'd like to thank you once again. Please look for my second video. Also, if anybody else out there is watching, please do everything you can to pass this information on to everybody that you can possibly think of. I'm doing all I can, but I can't do everything either. I'm not real well versed in computers. I'm trying to learn as I'm going right now. But at least I'm not stopping, I'm not quitting, and I'm doing the best that I can. Help me out, would ya? Thank you. Bye.